Do you know what? I'm just going for it. Okay, if I'm not entirely in focus, I apologise profusely, but as with most of my lens reviews, I tend to vlog on the lens that I'm talking about to give you more of an idea of what it looks like, and I'm vlogging on the silliest lens alive. Look! So small! So small and silly. Anyway, so I got the Pentax 110 film camera and 3 lenses, an 18mm 2.8, a 24mm 2.8 and a 50mm 2.8. And this is the 18mm 2.8 that we're on now. I got this idea from Caleb. It's just a fantastic channel. I bet you all know it anyway because it's amazing, but I'll link the video below. He first brought these things to my attention, and I'm very glad that he did. So I bought the camera and 3 lenses for the princely sum of £38. The adapter cost maybe 14, and then I also bought some film, so this whole little project of mine cost maybe 50 quid-ish. So I'm really happy with that. So let's just get straight into the results, because, you know, we all know that it looks ridiculous, so hopefully it won't give me ridiculous results. First of all, the 24mm is just blooming amazing. It's very soft around the edges. All of these lenses are pinned at 2.8, so you can't change the aperture at all. So you do have to either ramp your shutter speed or adapt some kind of ND filter to get sort of your shutter speed low enough for things. I opted the lazy route and just upped my shutter speed to compensate for all the light. The depth of field for video for the 24mm I thought was blooming beautiful, and the soft edges sort of made the bokeh a little bit swirly and a little bit interesting. So while it's a very unconventional lens and probably not the sharpest lens, I do think it does yield some very interesting results. Even though all of these lenses are plastic in build quality, they are very, very solid, old school kind of plastic, so it feels very smooth to change the focus ring and it works very well. What you won't get when you adapt these lenses to your camera is any form of focus peaking, which is why I'm probably not in focus now. I'm sorry. Did I mention I was sorry? So it's completely dumb adapted, so you don't get any focus peaking, so you do have to trust your eye a little bit. The way that I combat this is sometimes take 3 photographs of the same thing and just move the focus ever so slightly, and one of them will be in focus. I believe the 24mm was my favourite, particularly for video. I got some very nice stuff. Then following the 24mm, I really like the 18, which is what we're on now. It's a slightly wider sort of field of view than the 24 obviously, but it does offer some of the very similar characteristics. It's kind of soft around the edges, sharp in the middle, and just lots of fun to play with. The mixed bag one was the 50mm, which is the slightly bigger lens of the 3, and it looks a little bit more like a conventional lens, though it's still tiny. This one was a bit of a pain in the backside to focus with. The minimum focus distance is quite far away, so you do have to sort of use it in the right circumstances to get the most out of it. I think for portraits it would be lots of fun to work with, and I want to try and do that a little bit more and test that one for more people orientated things. Lots of this stuff on this little photo work was all plants and just landscapes and stuff, so it didn't really play to the 50mm's strength, so I need to investigate the 50mm a little bit more, I think. So, what is my verdict? Well, you do get a couple of funny looks when you adapt these lenses. But also, given the price of them, if you can get them cheaply enough, I think they are lots of fun, and I certainly wouldn't mind using particularly the 24mm for video in future, because I do really like the effect that it gave me. For photography, there are sharper lenses out there are easier to focus lenses out there, but if you're looking for a little bit of fun and maybe a more unique kind of look to your images, it's a good thing to mess about with for very little cost. Which brings me to the actual camera, the Pentax 110. You can still get film for it. I've bought some colour film from the Lomography website, so I'm currently in the process of using these lenses with the camera that it was intended for, and I'm going to sort of get some prints done. I've heard the quality isn't going to be too great, so I don't hold too many high expectations, but I own it now, so I thought I should at least use it at least once before it becomes a very cool paperweight around here. If the results are impressive, I may make a video on it. If not, I will likely put them on my Instagram, so check them out on there if you are interested in the follow-up to this video. You probably will have already seen it by now, but I am so impressed by that slow motion B shot. I just think it's beautiful. The colour rendition is lovely. It isn't washed out like a lot of vintage lenses sometimes are, and I just love how this lens looks through the GH5 particularly. So really glad that I had this little experimentation, and I'm going to use them more in the future. I found mine on eBay, and you can buy the lenses separately, but it does work out cheaper if you buy them with the camera, bizarrely. I got mine for 38 quid. I do believe that Caleb's video will have upped the prices of these things, as his videos tend to do, because as soon as he draws attention to something cool, everyone ends up buying it, and then the sellers go, oh, I can charge a little bit more now. So hold out for a bargain. If you come up with a bargain, it's well worth experimenting with. The lenses are incredibly robust, very portable obviously, and just really good fun to play with. So thank you so much for watching. I'll try and leave some links below to try and send them to eBay for you if I can figure out how to do it. And if you do end up getting any of these lenses, tag me on Instagram or anywhere on your findings, because I'd love to see what else people come up with.